The normal process on any agenda item is for the chairperson to read the item from the agenda. The board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and/or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate, and a roll call vote will follow. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
James, I think our Zoom is frozen.
That's just the YouTube streaming.
Oh.
So we're good.
Darn. Okay. Dan, with the absence of Sherry, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Thompson,
Present.
Patton,
Present.
Solosik.
Yes. Well, we're all here. Motion carries. This is to approve or modify the annual organization meeting agenda.
I'd make a motion to approve the annual organization meeting agenda.
Chairman, I'd second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes. Okay. Item 5 on our agenda this morning is to select a Board of Supervisor Chair and Vice Chair for 2022. I'll entertain motions on this item, please.
We talk about it for a second.
Sure.
David, I would like you to be chair again. We've all done it, and you've done it too, but under conditions here, I think it would be right for you. Steve, you want to be vice chair?
You're vice chair at this time?
I'm vice chair, right? Yeah.
Okay.
For another minute, I'm vice chair.
For another minute?
I can do vice chair.
No, that's fine. I would.
Would you?
If you would
Okay.
want me to.
With that conversation, Mr. Chair, I would move that we would elect David Thompson as chair and Steve Solosik as vice chair.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor for Dave Thompson as chair and Steve Solak as vice chair. Any further discussion or comment? Roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes,
Solosik.
Yes.
Okay,
thank you.
you bet. It's a pleasure. Item 6 on our agenda this morning is to approve the Board of Supervisors appointments that begin January 1st, 2022 for one-year term. You know, I don't normally go through and read these, but most people don't understand how many different things we do, so I'm going to give this a little more attention. The Marshall County Landfill Commission, Bill Patton, Dave Thompson is an alternate. The Area Agency on Aging, Steve Solosik with Bill Patton as an alternate. Central Iowa Juvenile Detention Commission up in Eldora, Dave Thompson with Bill Patton as an alternate. Second Judicial Department of Correctional Services, Bill Patton with Dave Thompson as an alternate. Emergency Management Agency, Bill Patton with Dave Thompson alternate. Marshalltown Cluster Decategorization Child Welfare Service Plan, Steve Solosik, who's going to explain exactly what that is, because in the 12 years that I've been here, I can't. And if you can, I want you to tell me. It's Steve Solosik with Bill Patton as an alternate. MED, which is Marshall Economic Development, Bill Patton with Dave Thompson alternate. Mid-Iowa Community Action, Steve Solosik with Dave Thompson and Bill Patton as an alternate. Regional Workforce Investment Board, Steve Solosik with Dave Thompson as an alternate. Region 6 Planning Commission, Dave Thompson with Bill Patton as an alternate. ACER, also known as the Advisory Committee on Intergovernmental Relations, Steve Solosik, Bill Patton, and Dave Thompson. Marshall County Early Childhood, Steve Solosik and Bill Patton. The 28E Board for Central Iowa Community Services, Bill Patton, with Dave Thompson as an alternate. The Chamber Board, Dave Thompson with Bill Patton as an alternate. And the Marshall County Joint E911 Service Board, Bill Patton with Dave Thompson alternate. These are a lot of meetings. And
Yes.
over the course of a month, we do a lot of things, and very few people really understand how many different jobs we really do. I'll entertain motion to approve these appointments, please.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve the appointments as read.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve these appointments. Any further discussion or comments? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Item 7 is also something we do the first meeting of every year, and this is an adopt resolution 2022-001, construction evaluation resolution relating to the construction of confinement feeding operation structures. We also refer to this as the master matrix. I'll entertain motions on this.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-001, construction evaluation resolution relating to construction of confinement feeding operation structure.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second that.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution. Any comments or further discussion?
We've been using this as our guide now for many years, haven't we?
Many years. It gives us the ability to have the final say on any confinement operation. It's one step past what the DNR does. Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Item 8 on our agenda this morning is to adopt resolution 2022-002 moving permits. This gives the individuals in our secondary road department the ability to enter in and approve any moving permit for anything that goes across our Marshall County's secondary roads in Marshall County without having to have a board meeting. I'll entertain motions on this resolution, please.
This would be loads above the 80,000 pounds, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also
And-
for width, too.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to adopt the resolution 2022-0002, moving permits.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor to adopt this resolution. Any further questions or comments? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes,
Patton,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
motion carries. Item 9 is also something we do on this first meeting of the year, which is to adopt resolution 2022-003, blanket road closure. This gives our secondary roads individuals permission to close any road instantly without having to go to the board and get a resolution or a board meeting. Entertain motions on this item, please.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-003, blanket road closure.
And Mr. Chairman, I would second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor to adopt resolution 2022-003, blanket road closure. Any further discussion or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Item 10 on our agenda this morning is also something we do every year. It's adopt resolution number 2022-004, certificate of completion. This allows the county engineer to be the designated individual to act on behalf of the Board of Supervisors to execute certificates of completion for work done in the county.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to adopt resolution 2022-0004, certificate of completion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution. Any further discussion or comments? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Item number 11, adopt resolution 2022-005, which is the erection of embargo signs. This empowers the secondary roads and the highway department to be able to embargo or close a road for restricted maximum load limit or any other reason. This is also done annually so that they don't have to have a special meeting of the Board of Supervisors. I'll entertain motions on this item, please.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-005, erect embargo signs.
And Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or comments? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes.
Item number 12 on our agenda this morning is to approve the official newspapers for the calendar year 2022. This is to approve the newspapers for calendar year 2022 for publication of county proceedings, the Times Republican in Marshalltown, Iowa, and the Mid-Iowa Enterprise in State Center, Iowa. I'll entertain motions on this item, please.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to approve official newspapers for our calendar year 2022 as noted here. Meaning the Times Republican of Marshalltown, Iowa, and the Mid-Iowa Enterprise State Center, Iowa.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the official newspapers. Any further discussion or comment? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes.
Item 13 on our agenda this morning is to approve the Marshall County discrimination disclaimer. Marshall County discrimination disclaimer: no person shall be excluded from the receipt or services or benefits, and no employee shall be discriminated against on the basis of race, creed, color, national origin, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, age, religious or political affiliation, and physical or mental disability, consistent with applicable state and federal policies and regulations. Any incidents of discrimination should be reported. Violation of the non-discrimination policy may result in disciplinary action, which can include reprimand, suspension, or dismissal from employment, and may also be subject to the violator to administrative or civil liability. I'll entertain motions on this.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to approve the Marshall County discrimination disclaimer.
And Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the disclaimer. Any further comment or discussion? There being none, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes.
Okay. Item 14 on our agenda this morning is public forum. This is a time set aside for the public to make comments on topics of county business other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on any of these topics brought up in the public forum. Anything for the good of the order?
No, we run through them kind of quick, but these are things that we do every year,
Yep.
and it doesn't take a lot of discussion to do that.
Well, we don't need a resolution, and I don't make New Year's resolutions, but let's just have a darn good year.
No, I'm with that.
Anybody on Zoom that would like to make public comment? There being none, we're going to move on to adjournment. The next regular session is tomorrow, January 4th at 2022 at 9:05 a.m. There being no further business to come before the board, the annual organizational meeting is adjourned at 9:19 a.m.